The Curse of Oak Island. Marty Lagina declares we might be inches away from an enormous discovery. The Curse of Oak Island Season 10 is approaching the tip, and the workforce appears tantalizingly shut. Marty Lagina declared they could be inches away from a serious discovery on the backside of the backyard shaft within the Money Pit space. The primary focus of this season has been the rehabilitation of the outdated backyard shaft. This shaft was beforehand regarded as 19th century development. However, after carbon-14 courting the wooden and discovering traces of valuable metals buried beneath, the fellows started to suspect it was a lot older and will really be the placement of the treasure. With this in thoughts, the fellows bought in mining outfit Dumas led to reconstruct the 80-foot deep shaft to see what was happening there. After numerous hiccups, the miners have lastly gotten to the underside and have began exploratory probing for offset hidden chambers. Rick Lagina had admitted on Final Night Times episode that they had all been scuffling with the frustration that, to date, the shaft had not revealed any hidden treasures. This was regardless of the picket partitions of the shaft testing positive for high amounts of precious metals. However, Final Night Time, there have been beaming smiles and high fives throughout when the Dumas guys introduced that they thought they'd hit a tunnel at 91 toes. The Fellowship had beforehand hit a tunnel at 95 toes, whereas borehole digging within the child blob, they usually suspected that tunnel was heading in the direction of the backyard shaft. Sign up for our publication. The guys now hope that this is similar tunnel, which means they'll observe to the treasure in the baby blob. At this time of the season, it's all the time a race towards time, and the climate to get issues carried out earlier than the fellows need to cease all work because the Nova Scotian winter hits. But right here was some hope they could make a breakthrough with just one episode left. First, the workforce needed to verify it was a tunnel in order that they popped some tubing into the drill gap and dropped a digital camera down. They couldn't see a lot other than clay. However, there was a chunk of wooden. Wood typically equals a tunnel, so Marty ordered Dumas to maintain drilling. There can also be the likelihood that they could have discovered not a tunnel, however, a vault. This state of affairs would positively be preferable. Of course, that is Oak Island, so nothing simple. The 4-inch drill was hitting up towards one thing onerous and wasn't making any progress. About 2 inches deep was so far as it might budge. However, on the highest of the drill head, there was extra wooden, sufficient for C14 courting. The stress was palpable as the fellows stood ready for the drill to get by means of to one thing vital. However agonizingly, it simply wasn't penetrating. "Why do we get this close, and we don't have any time left?" lamented Marty. Meanwhile, the remainder of the fellows, Rick, Charles Barkhouse, Billy Gerhardt, Alex Lagina, and Peter Fornetti, who had gathered within the tent, all seemed tremendous tense. The guys began debating if they need to dig a brand new gap. However, undertaking supervisor Scott Barlow argued they only didn't have the time. Marty agreed. So as a substitute, they determined to exchange the 4-inch drill bit with a 6-inch and maintain their fingers crossed that it may penetrate the wooden. And viewers will be taught subsequent week if that was profitable. This was an episode the place not quite of it really occurred. However, it certain was extremely tense. Next week is predicted to be the season finale, so let's hope they'll finish Season 10 with a bang.